Hello, and welcome back for another episode of Monolock music, Sandakan music, and Sharon Graziani. And in the chapter today, we will concentrate on the project, my project, Sandakan. Sandakan project, it's a mix of genres. It's basically a little bit of techno music, a little bit of progressive house, and with a lot of element of psychedelics, at least the way that I see it. It's taking the progressive trance of, I don't know, many years ago and putting it down into lower BPM and more groovy beats. This project, it's basically was born many years ago, I think somewhere around 2018, maybe a little bit before, when I was visiting, I was in tour in Germany and I was visiting a few days in Berlin for my other project, Monolock, because this project wasn't exist then. And I said, okay, I'm in Berlin, I'm in the capital of Techno, or the way I see it, maybe I'm wrong, my German friends correct me if I'm wrong. And I was starting to go to parties over there and to listen to the techno and to the sounds and to the atmosphere and to see how the party is going. I was in really strange locations, and the parties were really great. And I learned a lot. Like I knew techno before, but I was never in the real, as I see it, real scene of techno. And I think also with time you are tending to also to change or to go more in BPM or to go in something else. And I found it intriguing to try. This project was going through a lot of development during the years, and in the last years also I started to release with the amazing record labels. Okay, Shagra, I always release with Shagra, it's my label, but I also release with Digital Structure, with Basic Records. It's Stone Seed and Undergroove from Mexico, and Technosis from Canada. So there is a lot of good labels out there that support this kind of sound and music. And there is also others that touch this, also Phobos records. Okay, so there is few that deal with this type of music. And the interesting thing that I don't think it has so much stage today in the, like maybe in people that are more into psytrance music will enjoy something like this if they look for something a little bit lower in BPM. And I think it's really cool music, and also people that produce other style can enjoy it. Even the hardcore techno people, or maybe not the hardcore, but people that like techno very much can find these melodies and this atmosphere to appeal them. And it sounds really good in the club, and especially in festivals. So let's start with what we have here. As you see, it's not a typical project that I have color-coded and organized, because it's a work in progress. Basically, the structure of the track is finished, and I left it like this. It's without mix, without anything involved. It's just raw material, and it will get to mix later on. So yeah, we have the kick. Really simple, kind of techno-ish kick. Boxy a little bit. Sounds good, I think. The bass, the idea is not to have something so rhythmic, to have something a little bit smothery. And that it's open up with the cutoff and closing. And to make a variation any now and then. As you hear. Also, this bass is a little bit different from the others, that you have a small delay on top of it, just to give it a little bit of more kind of grooveness and effect when you open the cutoff. See? You can hear that it's so it gives it a little bit more feel. Now this one, it's a loop that I was creating and kind of squashing it again. I showed it also in the different episode before, that we actually do this kind of filling the high frequency or high mid frequency with something dirty. If you are already with me, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I know it's surprising. To press the like button and the bell if you didn't, and join me for the next episode also. Of course, very important, we have the links downstairs for Thomann, for Amazon, for equipment that we are using in the studio. And if you are interested, you can check it out if you need anything or to see what we use generally. Beside this, of course, you can check our social media. If it's the Shagra recordings on Beatport, you can buy our records, or you can check our Facebook pages and Instagram, and lately we have also TikTok. So please subscribe and check it and like it and support what I'm doing if you want. So back to the thing. So we have this one, that it's kind of a dirt layer. Also here I was trying to use this type of open hat, that it's, you hear it's also squashed, but it's also really into the techno, like traditional techno, at least for my ears. And some kind of open hat. Let's see what we have here. Let's continue with the drums. I think it's drums. King. Is it drums? Yes. Here we have another close hat, and the close hat, I don't know if you noticed, sometimes we use this trick in psytrance. It's like using two dots, like 2/16, and we change a little bit the transpose of the second one, and we reduce it a little bit in volume to create some kind of movement. So I was using it also over here. I have this too also. Let's color it. Colored. Open hat. I was trying to use something that it's a feeling of 909, old school, really, really ugly and simple clap. That most probably meeting the need over here. And the real story is because you see, let's do kick bass, and the percussion. Really simple, nothing to it. Maybe we have here something. What is this? Just noises. So basically this is the rhythmic part, or drums, and but actually you can dance only with this. But the bass, I wanted it to be really giving platform for everything that sits on top. It was really important that everything, like, I didn't want something so crazy. I want something really straight in the rhythm, something that it's working, you know, but it's not overwhelming, because everything that I'm topping on it, for me it was the thing, like basically to introduce this psychedelic vibe, very gentle. And I think that I was starting actually with this part. This was the first idea that I was introducing. Basically 3 types of chords, I call it chords. With a different effect on them. Some are kind of dry, some are with a little bit of delay, to create some kind of something to expect to, but it's always nice. Then we have this beautiful over here. This aggressive lead that sits down. Again, really simple. But really psychedelic for me. And usually, if we already do this, I will put it, no. I will put a group. And let's take these groups. It up. Know that it's not connected directly to what we are doing, but let's do drums. This is how I usually name it, drums. Then we have leads. Then we have what else? Basically in this track, that's it. So let's leave it like this, and let's put all our friends here. Then it's easier to control everything. So we have this. This synth, it's a sound that you have in a lot of old production. I think 80s maybe. They were using this big sound with kind of elasticness. Like I have here in the back, I don't know if you see, maybe yes, maybe not, an old Yamaha that the Depeche Mode used to use it, and the Fateless used to use it, and it have like the first preset, it's like this. And basically it's gliding from one note to another with big reverb on it and big atmosphere. Then we have this beautiful guy over here. Okay, then we had this one. I wanted to create some kind of a, it's a melody, yes, but some kind of a structure underneath that gives you, like in the beginning when I was starting with creating this track, I was using this layer specifically over here, repeatedly. And in some point I understood that it was too much. It's also something that in arrangement you need to pay attention that you are not overdoing something or kind of too much repeating stuff, especially in styles that are more to the progressive, to give the development not necessarily by feeding the same melody or the same arpeggiator, but it gives this, okay, I send you somewhere else now. And then we have this one that I don't even remember what it is. Here what it is. Weird noise. Yes, definitely. Weird noise. Weird noises are friends. So we have actually this one. As you see over here, we have these three that are working together, and most probably these three are working together. Mark them all too, because they are my leads. So we have the so we're always going forward. And also this one, it's variations. As much as I remember, this is only a tail of a... If you will see, this was the original that I was synthesizing. I don't remember in which... It's all variation of the same thing. And basically what I did, I was chopping just to the end because it was too much. I used it some kind of like a heat or something like this. And need to give it a little bit of a feel of psychedelic. It's mostly sounds that are used in psytrance. This kind of creatures that are chasing you. But the highlight, and we have this one that is beautiful. Also synthesized somewhere or something. It again is like it's touches again. This is something that also to my students that learn production with me, I tell them that sometimes less is more, which means that not only less is more, but like we could take this and to go with it on and on and on and on, but it's kind of fatiguing. So in this way, I was trying to give the melody and and you go and you continue. You don't need to go again and again and again and again. It's there. Your ear is remembering all the time. And a big, big, big accord. Beautiful, with beautiful reverb tail. To break a little bit. And to introduce it also, to create some kind of... It's instead of using... as you see, I don't use here any crashes. And the crashes or the... How you call it? The one or the impact that I will use, it's in this case it will be a chord that will open everything up. instead of tss, you don't need this. And here we have two things that are playing together. We have this lead over here, also really big with the reverb on it. Some kind of melancholic vibe to it, but it's creating this nice ambience and atmosphere. And it's also preparing us to the break, bring us to this feel. And this one again, this is what I love about this track. We have this crazy stuff that goes like, I think in traditional techno you wouldn't hear something like this. Here I was using this reverse, where is it? This one in reverse. So we have this one. And this one I was just reversing it to give a feeling that something is coming. And also with this, the same chord just in reverse. And with the extra reverb to tail it out. And the thing that I like, that I cut everything out, but I left only the melodic part and the and it's entering. Now like this, it maybe doesn't sound impressive, but think about it that we are in a club or we're playing on a big system and you have this really atmospheric part, really exciting, or I don't know, this feeling, you know, that you have that something is touching you and there is quiet, and then just downstairs you have this kick and bass that it's coming. I don't know. For me it works. And then we added this synth over here. Also really psychedelic. And the progress basically is kind of repeating itself. The first part is building. The second part, it's more about let's say first part is introduction and intro. Second part is kind of a little bit more groovy because we added the clap and the open hats. But here we don't have it. It's a little bit more moving. And it's introducing the two parts alone instead of together like it was here. So here you can enjoy this crazy riff by itself. And I told you before that here, I told you why I want to use it only as a snap, and that's it. So as I told you, I don't want to feed you with the same arpeggiator. Like I said here, we give a snapshot. Why here I actually decided to use this really long arpeggiator. So the reason is that this arpeggiator is playing on you. Not the same, it's not repetitive. It is repetitive, but it's kind of changing while it goes. It gives you this feeling. Also, you have two kind of like three kind of movement. You have panning, and you have also volume. So it's like creating this coming and going. So it's not exactly a traditional arpeggiator that it's there, that maybe you open and close the cutoff that everybody's used to. A little bit more interesting, and it gives all the atmosphere. And we introduce again for some kind of a second break the melody. Really quiet, and again, this part might be that it will be reworked, but and again, entering with a bang, with no crash or no nothing, just this accord that it's like, here we go. And basically this is the area that the DJ can mix. So this is the idea behind this track. Whoever is familiar with the Sandakan project knows that like the style that I make is various, like it's changing, but it's on the same kind of an idea, to bring something interesting, something kind of psychedelic into it. And of course, now I also have this release in Ibogatech, that in Ibogatech actually it's called Vibrate, and this track is really soft. It's really atmospheric and soft, and it's a little bit different from what I usually do. But again, it's also an experiment to do a little bit something that it's out of your comfort zone. And also this type of music, it's sometimes I feel like making tracks that you are, like they are bangers, they are coming, you're putting on the dance floor, and everybody is exploding. And sometimes I want to catch your ear and make you float, like in this track, and also the one that we released in the Ibogatech now. And basically, yeah, I think that for today, kind of we are settled. That is what it is. If you have any comments, please write it down below. I'm happy to read your comments. I try to respond to all of them if possible. Tell me what you think. Tell me, I don't know, if you have some ideas or something that you want to learn or something that you want to see more. If this genre is interesting you, so we can go a little bit more deep into it. Beside this, of course, you can check our online small shop that you can find the equipment that we use here in the studio. Beside this, all our social media, of course, with the Beatport page, and we have the social media like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and many more that you don't see on the screen. But basically we are everywhere. You can search by Sharon Graziani or Sandakan music or Monolock music. You have Spotify, Soundcloud, you name it, we have it. So please check out on all the platform or the one that it's more comfortable for you to use. You can listen to our music, you can buy our music and support us in this way. So thank you very much for joining me, and I see you. Bye bye.